In nature, in life, in all things, there is balance. There is dark, there is light. There is day, there is night. There is black, there is white. There is up, there is down. There is the sky, there is the ground. There is the moon, there is the sun, and between it all, there is the One. Hey viewers, it's week 2 here on the Pagan Perspective. I'm Kara, your host for Tuesdays, and the topic this week is our personal paths. Now, at the beginning of this video, I gave you my sort of belief in duality and balance. I did not mention that there is a masculine and a feminine because I was just giving a lot of examples. And I do believe in a god and a goddess because I believe that everything in the world is masculine or feminine. They are all opposites. Without one, the other cannot exist or be defined. And when you combine them, you have the unity and balance and harmony that we need to exist in nature. And you have balance. And I also believe in karma, or actually, probably more appropriately, the law of 3. I believe that any sort of energy that you send out into the universe returns to you. I believe that stating an affirmation out loud or writing it down, putting it out to the universe somehow, saying it on YouTube, can help it come into manifestation. I also believe, this is another big discussion that I like to have all the time because I'm not sure exactly what my beliefs are. There are many paths you can take with this topic, but I believe in reincarnation. You can talk to me sometime about whether that includes human to animal, transferring past lives, and stuff like that. Yes, I believe that animals have souls. I believe that every tree has a spirit, things like that. I believe that flowers have spirits, all those things. I believe in auras. I don't know if that's really something to believe in, but I do. I believe that if you heal your aura, it helps your body heal and stay in balance. I'm very much into the chakra system. I believe in ghosts, sort of. I like to call myself a skeptical believer when it comes to the paranormal. I want to believe things, and I am willing to believe things if it shows itself to be believable. I will not, anywhere in life, I will not just take something as fact until I have amply proven it to myself that it is most likely fact. If we're doing a paranormal investigation, I will, I haven't told this channel, my mom and I have a paranormal group, that's what I'm talking about, sorry. If we're performing an investigation and, we get a funny noise, or we get a shadow that shouldn't be there in a picture, and everyone else just says, there you go, it's a ghost, that's proof. No, not for me. First, I'm going to walk back around the entire place. I'm going to stand in every possible position of where that shadow could have come from. I'm going to bang on things and run into things accidentally to see what made that sound. I'm going to look at the voices of people, see if anyone was nearby talking. I'm going to do all that first. Now, most likely, I always come up with the reason for the thing, in which case, sorry, we can't believe it. We caused it. That doesn't mean I try to disprove everything. I just try to disprove it enough so that I can comfortably believe in it without blind belief. I think that we need to know why we believe things. I believe in taking responsibility for your actions. I believe that no matter what we're doing with our craft, we should not harm anyone purposely or defy their free will. I believe that words have power. I believe that animals are very, very sensitive to magical energies. I believe that being open-minded is our greatest gift to the world. Maybe not the greatest, but a pretty great one. I believe that nature is sacred. I believe that we should leave something back to nature when we take something from it. All of that and more is why I call myself Wiccan. I don't need to use the label to tell you what I believe. It just so happens that most of my beliefs tend to go along with what the group label Wiccans tend to follow. And so I use the label in a way so that if I am approached by a member of the pagan community and they say, what path do I follow? If I tell them Wiccan, and they also identify as Wiccan, then they know that our paths are most likely closer together and probably the closest of any, as opposed to if I had been talking to someone who considers themselves a shaman. Or even outside the pagan community. If I was talking to an atheist and I said I'm Wiccan, then they know we could have some things, some beliefs in common, but more than likely there was probably a lot that we differed on. Myself and a druid might have some beliefs in common, but knowing that we label ourselves differently lets us know that more than likely there are still quite a few differences. So really, I use the label Wiccan to let people have sort of a jumping off point. When I say I'm Wiccan, they can think, okay, what do Wiccans generally believe? And then they already have pretty much a good idea of where I'm coming from. Even if I might have slightly differing beliefs, or I might believe in more things, or whatever, it gives people a good idea, and that's why I use it. I am eclectic because I am solitary. I'm solitary because there are really no other Wiccans around that I can work with. So I am solitary because I tend to work alone. I wouldn't be opposed to working in small groups, but I don't think the coven atmosphere is for me. I might be willing to try it to find out. I'm always willing to try things, but I don't think so. It probably wouldn't be for me. And so I think I am eclectic because I am solitary. Because when you work alone, you tend to look at what you like as a person, and you don't have to think of what works right for this entire group of 7, 13, 29 people, and it allows more room for you to pick and choose. Then, the coven as a whole can sort of choose to adopt different things from different paths, but I think the eclecticism, is that the word? I think the eclectic thing most easily stems from being solitary. So, that is my explanation of why I label myself a solitary eclectic Wiccan. Before I go, I just want to say that yes, there are 3 people in this collab that identify as solitary eclectic Wiccans, and I believe a 4th who identifies themselves with the Wiccan path. But because we're all solitary, as you'll see, I'm sure, by the end of this week when we all explain our paths, yeah, we have some things in common because we're all Wiccan. that's what I was talking about. But because we are solitary and eclectic, we do have very many differences. So just because there are 3 of us that say, I'm a solitary, eclectic Wiccan, we are not the same person. We are not following the same path. We still offer differing perspectives from each other. And I think that's great. So, I hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. I know I'm going to enjoy the rest of mine. I will see you all next week. Bye for now.